Right, tomorrow night, 7:45 p.m, Chelsea are back in the Carling Cup, in the Milk Cup, in the League Cup, in the Carabao Cup. Have you got any more for me, Josh? Capital One Cup. Capital One Cup.
You said milk. Did you say Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola Cup.
Did I say Coca-Cola Cup?
I've forgotten already. Memory like a sieve.
But it's the League Cup.
Yeah.
As we all know it.
Yeah.
And we're playing Barrow. And do you know what? I want to give you lot a little bit of like a behind the scenes, right? Of the preparation that goes in to my videos. Because sometimes I get a few of you lot in the comments going, oh yeah, he didn't prep on this one. And that is the exact voice that these commenters sound like. So just to show you how I prep, Josh.
This looks serious.
Just show them what I've got on the screen there.
Wow, look at that. That is a serious amount of preparation.
Read it out.
Can you see it? It says, Barrow are in League 2.
There you go. Like, share, subscribe. I will see you all in the next one. No.
You've always been a big fan of Barrow.
Great. Massive fan of
Barrow.
Barrow.
Where are Barrow in the country? I don't even know where they are. Like, where do they play?
They're in the country.
Yeah, but whereabouts? Where is Barrow? If you were taking a day trip to Barrow.
Where do they play?
Yeah.
It is it's just big grass pitch, right?
Yeah.
But actually not real grass.
Are there
Sometimes
stands?
artificial grass. There are stands, yeah.
Burger van?
Trying to describe it. There's a burger van there.
Yeah.
Sometimes some of the fans that go, they wear the scarves.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't even need scarves. Sometimes it's not even scarf weather, but they wear it out of respect for the team.
Yeah.
Can you name me any Barrow alumni?
Alumni.
Alumni. Yeah.
No, I couldn't actually. You know, my knowledge of Barrow, I have to say, is obviously lacking here.
God, he's scraping the Barrow, isn't he? He's scraping the Barrow.
Yeah.
I can name you one.
Go on.
Grant Holt.
What a player! Talk about Barclays men. That is a Barclays man. That is. I mean, is it a Barclays man?
Barclays men is becoming a phenomenon, isn't it?
It is.
Who is the greatest Barclays man?
Mido.
Is it Mido?
Mido or Michu? Is Michu a bit too late?
I don't know if it's Michu. Michu
Okay, who
is
is it
what,
then?
2009? I regard Barclays men as
Early 2000s.
02 to... When did Ronaldo leave? 07 or 08?
Yeah,
around
like
that time.
Sounds about right.
So for me,
Yeah.
I would say the ultimate Barclays man, and I'm not even going to go like, look, I could go Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, who I may or may not be meeting tomorrow night. But...
Sorry?
Yeah.
Sorry? Just drop that in.
I think he's coming down and doing something. I'm in the posh seats tomorrow night.
Are you?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So what, you just having a little chat, little link up? Little cuddle?
We might have a cuddle. I think we're gonna do a few of those penicillins together.
He looks... Sorry? A few of those penicillins?
Not them ones. Not them ones. The penicillin. You know the penicillin shots.
He, to be fair, he looks like he likes a cuddle and he looks like he could enjoy a penicillin.
There you go. And by the way, I will be at the match tomorrow night. I'm out of camp now. I've got no fight to train for. So if you want to come over and sink a few cold ones with me,
A few pies.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Barrow. Should we talk about Barrow or should we just talk about Chelsea?
I found out where it is, by the way. It's sort of in the sort of East Anglia way. Just so you know.
Love East Anglia.
Yeah, there you go.
That makes sense then why Grant Holt played for them.
Yeah. Just wanted to be around Norwich.
Norwich,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Do you know who spent a lot of time growing up in East Anglia?
Who's that? Angula. East Anglia.
My parents had a cottage
Did you?
in Norfolk, a little town called Docking. Has about 6 people live there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were docked right in.
There's only ever been one arrest made in the town of Docking.
And it was you.
It was me, yeah.
Was there a caravan club there?
There wasn't, but I was doing caravan club activities.
Oh, I bet you were.
Oh, yes.
I bet you were.
Oh, yes.
People have often said that your personality reminds them a little bit of Jay Cartwright.
Do you know, when I was at school, I used to get Jay Cartwright from the In-Betweeners all the time.
I bet you could quote every single Jay Cartwright line, to be fair. Nah.
Not really a massive fan of In Between. It's completed it, mate. Right, so let's... By the way, this is the Joey Knight podcast. This is one of my best friends in the world, the big dog, channel Fran favourite, Josh Aveste. His channel is linked in the description to this video. Not only is his channel linked in the description, we've got a lovely little website linked in the description where I'm hearing that you do a lot of your sort of football matrix comparison.
Oh, I don't know what website you're talking about. Surely there's only one that does anything like that, right?
There's only one worth fucking using, my friend, and that is Squawker. Big up to Squawker for sponsoring the video. Carry on watching. You get a little cutaway in a minute where you'll see exactly what they do. But Squawker has become a very important tool to the Joey Knight podcast and to your channel.
Yeah.
Because I really do think, like I always say this, Stu, you could make... If you get me a good brand deal, I don't care. I'll sell Crocs for you.
Yeah.
But...
To be fair, the Croc deal is coming.
The Croc deal's coming.
Yeah.
Incoming. But I do always like a brand deal where we're selling something that I truly believe in. Like, I truly like the product. So say, for example, we were working with the CBD guys. I use CBD. It's easy to sell.
Works.
It's easy to sell because I believe in the product. With Squawker, it's actually brilliant. It's so good because not only is it fun because sometimes you prove yourself to be a bit of an expert, but also it really does spin things on their head for you sometimes.
So
because
true.
you'll look at one player and on the eye test you'll think like, oh no, he's a slow player because of the way he carries the ball and whatnot. You go on top speed on Squawker as one of the categories or whatever, you see he's absolutely blitzing all
rapid.
these players that you thought were rapid. And that's just one very niche specific example. Yeah. So, as I say, with Squawker, yes, I understand that I do a football podcast and therefore I have got more means to use it than you have. But we all go down the pub. We all want to look like an absolute genius. And if you can just, roll it off the tongue... And just say, did you know, though, he commits to more challenges per 90 minutes over the course of a 38-game season?
Makes you look like a genius, to be fair, doesn't it?
And there's one thing that I like to look, and it's like a genius. Yeah. And luckily, for me, it comes pretty easily.
Pretty naturally, and even more so after looking at the comparison matrix. So, yeah, get on it. Like, honestly, it takes 5 seconds to do it. It's piss easy. Have a look at it. Just click the link below.
Exactly that.
Stop it.
Are we talking about Squawker still?
Yeah.
Sorry, you said 5 seconds to do it and it's easy to do it.
Yeah, and a link below. You thought that was your other link. We'll do that next time. Let us know in the comments if you do want a Joey Knight
Links
OnlyFans.
below. Always have it smelling fresh. There you go. Is
that your fragrance of choice, is it?
What, Links?
Links Africa. On the old balls.
Yeah.
Did you do, can we just talk about the spraying technique? Did you do, obviously one under each arm? Did you do they were trying to get people to do the sort of a cross-body spray for a time. Did you do that one?
Not really, no.
No.
But can I tell you what I did do?
Did you do the one underneath the old trousers?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. What, with Links Africa? Those poor girls.
Normally with deep heat. No, I'm joking.
He just like the tingle.
No, but I will tell you, because there will be young lads out here listening to the channel, and you'll have your nightclub trip to Revolution, Oceana's, Prism now. I suppose it's all the range, and you be going out and you be squirting a bit of your perfume on, yeah. So
I personally spray aftershave, but if you want to go for perfume, then go ahead.
Is that what the men's version is, aftershave?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you want a nice manly aftershave, yeah? So you're probably going to spray on like the purple dupe, right?
Yeah.
And what a lot of you lot do, well, you make the mistake is you go like, tss, 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 tss.
Yeah.
Never do that. Never do that, my friend. Do you know where you spray your aftershave?
Behind the ears.
Behind the ears and on the back of the neck.
Yeah.
So
why is that, Joey? Yeah.
And I'll tell you why.
Why?
Very loud in nightclubs,
It's very
mate.
loud in nightclubs.
It's very loud in nightclubs. So when you lean in...
This is proper advice, by the way.
So when you lean in to a bird and you go, have you ever heard of Misfits? Yeah. I box on there. Yeah. Just 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. No big deal. Can I get you a Jaeger bomb? They are going to smell the back of your neck.
So true.
Chelsea podcast, apparently.
No, but honestly, this is invaluable advice. If you don't already do this, get to know.
Yeah.
get to know.
And what we would like is your pulling techniques put in the comment section.
Yeah, what's your
below.
best one-liner?
My best one.
No, but as in I want to know theirs as well. What is yours?
Best one-liner. I don't really have one-liners.
I was going to say the same thing. I don't really use them.
But Josh knows about me.
I know about your technique.
Oh,
anyway,
yes.
talking about lads that could pull in a nightclub, should we talk about Chelsea and our squad? There's a few lads there that could pull in a nightclub.
Who do you reckon's got the best chance of pulling in a nightclub?
Mikhailo Mudryk, obviously, best looking one on the team.
No. The man, I don't know whether he's got a missus or not, but if I was a woman,
Yeah.
I'd say the man who gets the most
it's
crumpet.
obvious. Shall we say it after three?
1,
3, 2,
3,
1.
Reece.
Colwell.
Colwell.
Yeah, Colwell is the
yeah.
Colwell is the one. Mate, that's
Colwell.
obvious.
Yeah.
That's
not
obvious.
Eddie Beach.
Poor old Eddie.
No. It is Reece.
Yeah.
It is Reece.
No,
Because
it's
Reece
not.
has got the calm, Reece lets the birds come to him. And do
Yeah.
you know what? If I'm being honest with Colwell, I don't think he's bothered about pulling birds. I think he just wants to fight outside.
Nah, Colwell doesn't want to fight.
Colwell doesn't want to fight.
On the
Fuck
football
me,
pitch.
don't stop kicking
On
off
the
all the
football
time.
pitch, yes, but on a nightclub, I can imagine Colwell's a little smooth operator.
Yeah, you could imagine that.
Can we complete the top three? Is there anyone else that would make it into the top three?
I'll tell you what. I reckon Jackson gets birds.
Yeah, I reckon he does because he's got a bit of chat.
When he messaging Astrid Wet.
He was, yeah. Well, phone call apparently. You know.
Well, if he's going for that
Entrapped.
sort of standard, you'd hope he is getting them. Do you know what I mean? Because he's hardly shopping in Harrods.
I tell you who does rate himself as well. I bet Ben Chilwell would rate himself.
Chilly would rate himself.
Yeah.
Chilly would
Yeah.
rate himself. Yeah. I'm just trying to think if there's anyone else.
I'm sure in a Spanish-speaking country, Enzo would have some moves.
Oh, mate, I've just
Yeah.
thought of it.
Go on.
I've just thought of it when you said Spanish-speaking country.
Oh yeah.
Pedro Neto.
Pedro Neto. I mean, he'd be speaking Portuguese, but
You know, he's
yeah.
like that waiter that comes over in a restaurant, makes no eye contact with me,
Yeah.
but he's constantly looking at my missus. Like, you enjoying your food? And I just think, fuck off. He's like, you know, the In-Betweeners movie.
I
the
can't
one-
believe
the
you've
one who
gone for
says,
Pedro
I
Neto.
love you. You are the right woman for me. I see only you.
I'll tell you another one. Speaking of Spanish-speaking, Mark Gue. I reckon he would go
Mark,
for
you
it.
would be good.
Yeah.
Just quickly, should we talk Chelsea or can I ask you one more thing?
Ask me one more thing and then
Okay.
let's talk about the game.
Okay.
Because I know the lads are enjoying this.
I have heard after we literally sat and spoke about it, and I don't know whether we had influence on it, but if you lot want to say we did, we did. There's been talk of a comeback.
Comeback of who? Of
Four
who?
lads.
Four lads? Really?
Do you know
So
who I'm
who
on
do we
about?
talk about? So there was a television show. It lasted 3 seasons.
Iconic.
There were 2 movies, which, by the way, 10x their budget.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
What is 10x?
As in, they made 10 times their budget in terms of box office
Easy.
revenue.
Easy.
Yeah, they did. Well, that was the amount. It was huge, 10x more. And the show obviously is a Channel 4 favourite.
In between us. In between us.
There
Could
is
be coming
talk of
back.
a comeback, although there was always conversations that they were never going to come back.
Why not?
I don't get it either, but I think what they were trying to say is, would it be funny if they were adults? Like, would it, like, are you
Yes.
going to have the same banter?
Yes, it'd be just as funny.
I think they should absolutely.
Listen, you got a
do
cash
it.
cow, milk it.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm still doing this?
Yeah.
You know what I
you could literally, well, there you go. I think you could do a whole film around a stag do for them.
Yeah.
Like, one of them gets married. Who would it be to get married first? Simon.
Simon.
Yeah.
Simon.
Simon would get married first. Or what's the tall one called? The actor's
Neil.
called Blake. Yeah, Neil.
Neil.
I reckon it could be Neil with one of those, probably the girl behind the fish counter.
She was good.
She was good.
And the best thing about dating a woman behind a fish counter is you've always got something to blame the smell on.
Yeah, okay.
There
It
you
went
go.
there. Yep, right.
There you go.
Anyway,
let's talk
get
about
back
Chelsea.
to Chelsea.
Let's speak about Chelsea.
Right, people, I just want to quickly take this opportunity to tell you about new partners of the channel, Squawka. When you're in the YouTube industry like I am, there is a certain type of service that you could very much do with having on your side, and that is the service that stops you making blunders. And when I'm preparing for some of my videos, I use the website Squawka to use the player comparison matrix, and that helps me get a better understanding of comparing the players that I'm talking about. For example, a lot of you guys know that for every Chelsea game, I put out my preferred starting lineup, and I do look into the underlying numbers of the players I'm picking and the players that I'm comparing, and that's where Squawka comes in. They offer the best player comparison matrix on the internet. The website is so efficient and so easy that even I can use it. For example, when I'm picking from Chelsea's 30 to 40 odd wingers that we've got at the club, I can very easily jump onto Squawka and see how their stats compare. But you don't need to be a YouTuber to need to use Squawka. You could use it for your bets when you're betting on first goal scorer and things like that. It could give you a better indication. Or you could just use it to look like a genius down the pub, and we all like to do that, don't we? So thank you very much to Squawka for not only helping me prepare for my videos, but also partnering up with the channel. So help support me by supporting the guys that support the channel in Squawka. They are linked in the description for this video. Let's get back into it.
And we have got a first for this game against Barrow.
Yeah.
Normally what we like to do is we like to preview the opposition. We like to speak about them, but we don't really know much about them, do we? What we do know is they are top of
League Two. That was your notes. In fact, I didn't know that until I'd read your notes.
No.
So I really appreciate you sending them over.
My notes say Barrow, and then there's a bullet point. It says Barrow are in League Two.
Yeah, and they are top. They are
don't
top of League
get
Two.
that.
You don't get that analysis.
You don't get that sort of analysis on other channels.
No.
to
So
be
7
honest.
games played, 5 wins. What about that? Just drop that in. That's
Well,
another bit of knowledge.
What about 5 games played, 3 wins,
Yeah.
2 moral victories?
Yeah. 2 more victories.
And
yeah.
that is what,
Yeah.
what it goes on.
Yeah.
with.
Yeah. It's simple as that.
So just before we get into it, because what we're going to do is we are going to go over team sheet for this one. And do you know what? Josh read me out his team sheet, and I would literally agree with all of it, if I'm completely honest, apart from one position. Now, I think you lot know us well enough by now to be able to guess the one position. So I'm going to give you 5 seconds. Get ready. Get in the comments now. You are going to type in what one position on the
cheat.
field.
Don't cheat.
Me and Josh don't cheat. Never
Yeah,
cheat.
never cheat. Never. We've never
cheat.
done it.
Never cheat. No. If you're outside your own postcode, then I think it's acceptable, especially if you're in like Magaluf, somewhere like that. But
Yeah. But other than
you're
that,
about
never
cheating
do
on the
it.
video. Sorry. I was completely away with the fairies there.
Yeah.
No, what I am saying
He was
is,
dreaming.
What I am saying is this: wet dreaming.
Some fond memories. Lads holiday.
God.
We've talked about this. What's your favourite lads holiday destination of all time?
Oh, I don't know why I'm going all that. I need to think about it.
Yeah.
Iron Napa. Me in Castle Club till 4 in the morning. Load of fucking Russian gangsters having to kick me out. Oh my God.
Cyprus is great.
First went Iron Napa, out on the piss when I was 13 years old.
That's ridiculous.
I absolutely loved it. Do you know how much crumpet I got at 13? None. None were fucking interested in me. Went back there at 15, cleaned up. They might as well call me the janitor because I was just sweeping up.
Were you an early bloomer? Because going into a nightclub at 13, how is that even possible? I can imagine you looking like a little.
Listen, I was an early bloomer, my friend. You know, I just lost my winning streak.
Yeah.
I had that winning streak nearly as long as I had my virginity. So there you go. This podcast has really taken a turn for the worst, hasn't it? Barrow. Right. So
Wheelbarrow.
I want you guys, and I've given you way more than 5 seconds right now, tell me in the comment section the position that we are failing to agree on. Because for everywhere else, I think we're pretty comfortable with the team. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Josh, tell them where it is.
Left wing.
It is the left wing. And we've got listen, we might as well be Phoebe Buffet because there is a problem with the left wing.
Yeah.
And you know what's in the left wing?
Tell me.
The left phalange.
Left phalange, okay. We might as well honestly get in the ring right now and just settle our differences. You can fight with one hand behind your back, and then it would be fair.
Oh yeah, he's confident to get in the ring with me now. He wasn't confident 2 weeks ago. He's seen little Craig piece me up.
I literally gave you a disadvantage so that I had a chance.
We love the disadvantage.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we can't agree on the left wing position. But here's what we do know. There's going to be a considerable amount of rotation in this match for Chelsea Football Club. There's got to be, really. And actually, before we go into the team sheet, how are you feeling about the rotation? Because the rotation element was a hot topic of discussion for the likes of, I don't know, off the top of my head, Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, would they
would be the prime candidates, I would say. But there were plenty of other media establishments that decided that we had an 85-man squad when we actually all knew that the squad was about 26 players.
And obviously, say like, for example, last weekend, when there was, real upsets in the league, by the way, such as Nottingham Forest pulling off a win over Liverpool.
Yeah.
The obvious thing to speak about at the end of that was how's Enzo Maresca going to deal with all this rotation?
Yeah.
Totally. No point talking about No point talking about Forest turning up, rocking up at Anfield, beating Liverpool purely on the fact that they had a player that had brilliant academy schooling who was able to rifle one in.
They outplayed Liverpool.
Yeah. But no, let's talk about Chelsea's over-bloated squad. How are you finding the over-bloated squad? Because to be honest, so far, so fucking good for me.
Yeah. I think it's completely working. Like, let's be honest, mate. We knew that they were putting in academy players into the squad to try and do it. Every single Premier League club up and down the country could do exactly the same thing, and they would have a squad of 40 players. Let's be honest. So, mate, it was all a load of rubbish. And let's be honest, there is a clear, definite media bias against Chelsea because they don't like... Yeah, they don't like it. They don't like what we're doing.
I wouldn't even go with the B word, mate. I'd go with the A word.
What's that?
Agenda.
Yeah. Why is there an agenda against us? Is it jealousy?
There's many different agendas.
Is it jealousy?
Day and age.
Yeah, well, there you go. Is it jealousy?
No, because I'm sure. Say for example, Carragher, who I was on about, I'm sure he doesn't still have nightmares over watching Franco Zola did to him.
I mean, don't even talk about that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's had some great times. Obviously, won loads of trophies. Carragher did.
Loads of Premier Leagues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and a lot of managers that coached him said that he was one of the best players they've ever worked with.
100%. And look at Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah.
He got asked if Jamie Carragher would get into the current Liverpool 11,
and he said obviously.
He said obviously not.
Yeah.
He got asked if Jamie Carragher...
Didn't Rafa Benitez say exactly the same thing?
Let's not talk about that. Fucking idiot. But can I tell you something? This is brilliant. Virgil van Dijk, and he was being deadly serious, by the way. Like, he wasn't joking at all.
Yeah.
They said, "Oh, would Jamie Carragher get into the current Liverpool 11?" He just started laughing, and then they went, "Would he get on the bench?" He carried on laughing. He said he wouldn't even get on the bench. Look it up, fact check it, find the clip. I'm telling you now, it happened.
We all know Steve Finnan was a better player anyway, wasn't he?
Mate, I'd say Dejan Lovren was a better player.
Yeah, I'd say loads of players that were better than him.
I would.
Skirtle.
Skirtle was actually pretty good. Neil Mellor.
Sissoko.
Neil Mellor. Sissoko. No,
yeah. No, Sissoko is probably still better. He probably was actually, though. To be fair, he had a very good career, Sissoko.
Oh, what was that little fella called? Ended up playing for Bolton. Jay
Spearing.
Jay Spearing.
That is a Barclays man.
Yeah. Do you know Jamie Carragher started off as a striker?
Oh, I did hear that actually. Yeah.
You
know what they say about right backs and left backs?
What?
They say that it's the position that you end up when you're not good enough to play anywhere else.
Yeah, well, there you go.
No offense to any right backs or left backs watching, by the way.
Trent Cole.
Yeah.
Right, shall we go into the team sheet for this one? Okay, on. You can see it on screen right now. Why don't you, for a change, Mr. Aveste, why don't you talk us through it?
Okay, right. So in goal, we're going to go with Jorgensen. I'm really excited to see him play. I think he's our number one goalkeeper.
I think you're wrong. You were saying for quite a long time that he was our number one goalkeeper.
Yeah. And then Bob's just fucking turned up and decided he wants to be a number one.
So, should we chat about Robert Sanchez?
Quickly, yeah, sure.
Let's have a quick chat about Robert Sanchez. I don't want to jump the gun. And I don't want to go... because what I was
I feel like you're about to jump the gun.
What I was about to say there, right, was what has happened to Robert Sanchez. And I don't want to do that. But the last two performances, I would say, have been stellar from Robert Sanchez.
Okay.
Now, you might look at it and you might go, oh, well, he gave away a penalty. What type of pass have we grown?
I don't think you can blame him.
What type of pass have we grown all too accustomed as Chelsea fans with?
Yeah, a dodgy back pass.
Hospital pass.
Yeah.
I like to call it.
Yeah, fair enough.
It was a hospital pass. What can he do? What can he do?
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Gets up.
Gets up. Gets
Fucking
down.
does an unbelievable save.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And do you know what he said about that penalty? He said he knew that the penalty taker likes to give it to the last second, watch what way the goalkeeper's going, and then try and save it.
Yeah, he looked
So
at it.
he just stood.
Yeah.
He just stood. And do you know what? I've always found it weird, right? Because do you know when you used to go and goal in primary school,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You never guessed the way.
No.
You wait.
No, you have to wait.
You have to wait.
Because ultimately, that's a 50-50 choice. It's probably more than a 50-50 choice.
Do you know who never guessed the way?
Why?
No, do you know who never guessed the
who?
way? Carlo Cudicini.
But Carlo Cudicini was criminally underrated.
Criminally underrated.
Carlo Cudicini is one of like Premier League era unbelievable goalkeepers. In fact, you were gutted when you put him in. We did a video, didn't we, where we did our best Chelsea 11, and you were gutted when you got Carlo Cudicini. You almost didn't put him in your team, and I had to read you some stats about how good he was.
Can I tell you, right? Obviously, look, the fact that we have had Peter Cech, Thibaut Courtois,
Yeah,
and obviously Ed De Hoy.
Mendy.
No, but the fact that Mendy's not as good as Carlo Cudicini even in that one season. But the fact that we have had some unreal goalkeepers, it sort of pushes Carlo Cudicini out the bracket somewhat, right? And then when you talk about historic Premier League goalkeepers, I understand that Carlo Cudicini is not going to get near Cech, Schmeichel, Alisson, etc. Right? It's funny, very funny you mentioned that name. Now, there is a league below that, right?
Yeah.
Where people talk about Tim Howard, where they
Schwarzer.
talk about Brad Friedel, where they
Yeah.
talk about Schwarzer,
Yeah.
where in some cases they talk about Kasper Schmeichel,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you don't hear Carlo Cudicini's name mentioned in those categories.
Did he win? Did he win trophies? That's the thing. He came in that era just before we were, winning trophies season in, season out, wasn't he? That's the one thing you have to hold against him, I'd say. But then those other goalkeepers that you mentioned there, Brad Friedel didn't win a trophy.
Well, no,
Schwarzer
I
didn't
mean
win a trophy.
technically Carlo Cudicini.
Schwarzer did at Chelsea.
Technically, Carlo Cudicini did win trophies. He won.
Well, he won an FA Cup, didn't he?
He won an FA Cup.
Yeah.
He won two League Cups. He won 2 Premier Leagues.
Bench.
Bench or not, he still won.
He
them.
was in the squad.
Lenny Pidgley's got a Premier League winners medal.
Yeah, and look, if you do want to come on the podcast, Lenny, let us know because we keep shouting you out.
I am surprised Lenny Pidgley hasn't reached out.
Yeah,
Because look, let's be honest, right? We don't want to get big headed, but we're absolute fucking A-list celebrities now. Do you know what I mean? Like
you can say that.
We've literally just been at Wembley Stadium.
Yeah,
oh, Tony
yeah.
Bell, you hello, mate.
By
How
the
you
way,
doing?
I've got a
All
funny
right?
story for you.
Go on.
Talking about Wembley Stadium.
Yeah.
You left Wembley Stadium and we were waiting in the sort of the depths of Wembley Stadium. Guess who I bumped into
Who?
after you'd left?
Who?
It's someone you're going to be absolutely gutted about. It's not an ex-boxer.
It's an ex-footballer.
It's not an ex-footballer.
Ex-comedian.
It's a very beautiful television presenter.
Someone that I like.
Think you would like her, yeah. I think
Yeah.
you would. Just gone through a very bad and public breakup.
Laura Woods?
No. Well, sorry, yeah, she was there as well, actually. You missed her.
I met Laura Woods.
Someone, yeah, but someone you haven't met.
She's a great soul.
Someone you haven't met.
Someone I haven't met. Lucy Pinder?
No, not Lucy Pinder. Presents probably one of the biggest reality TV shows on ITV in modern history.
Maya Jama.
Maya Jama.
Where is it? Was it really?
She was there.
Oh,
She was there.
nice. How was she?
Yeah, she honestly sounded absolutely lovely.
She's not actually my type.
I disagree. I think if you met her, I think you'd like her.
Great looking girl, great
looking
figure.
girl.
But
Yeah.
for me personally,
Yeah.
I like a huge behind. I want to be able,
Yeah.
to work from home on that. I want to. No, I want to be able to rest the laptop on it and just work from home. Do you know what I mean? When I'm on kickoff calls, I want to just.
I've had to walk away. I had to go away from the mic purely because I hope that someone's clipped that up. It's like so desperately.
Is this a brand deal video? Do I need to cut that out? Right.
How have we gone from goalkeepers to Maya Jama? You are gutted that you missed that, by the way, though. So,
mate, when I walked out of Wembley, it was chaos. Oh my God.
Yeah.
When I walked out of Wembley, some well-drunk fellas come over to me and went, "Hey, Geordie Shaw." And I went,
well, you should have said, yeah, do love the show. You should have said, I do love it.
I went, "You're close." And he went, "Not Geordie Shaw." And I was like, "Come on, you're getting there. You're getting there." And he went, "No, not Geordie Shaw, Geordie." And I went, yeah. And he went, "What are you?" And I went, "True Geordie's mate."
Yeah.
And he went, yes.
That's what I was thinking.
But before I used to be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, maybe you watch my podcast and you." I've actually just accepted now. I'm just True Geordie's mate. That's just what
On
it
your
is.
tombstone, it's going to say Joey Knight lived, and then it's going to say True Geordie's mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lived a full life.
I mean, that's a claim to
For the
fame.
beer. Right, okay, let's go back onto the team
Goalkeepers.
sheet. Goalkeeper, you are going with Jorgensen.
Jorgensen.
Are we very much happy now that for the Premier League matches, until a hypothetical horrific dip in form happens, that Sanchez is our man, and Sanchez is, in the short term, he's proving us wrong somewhat.
Yeah, I think he is. And look, you have to credit the defence in general, but I think it would be disingenuous not to say that Sanchez has played exceptionally well. And interestingly, I don't know if you see the stats on SofaScore, the live score app that I use.
Love SofaScore.
Yeah, they have on there, they have the scores, and Sanchez is our best highly rated player out of all of our squads.
That's impressive.
But also it doesn't really make sense. But anyway, there you go.
Sometimes life doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I think if you're saying player of the season so far, I think you've got to say Caicedo, Noni, Pacol.
Nah.
Who would you say? Jackson?
No, Caicedo.
Caicedo, yeah.
No, I was saying no to Noni.
Yeah,
Noni's been great. Noni's been great, but
he had a good game against Wolves. I think in some of the other games have been fairly anonymous.
give me a bit of Sterling vibes.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
He should have passed.
Don't curse it. Yeah, but don't
Should've
curse
passed.
him like that. Yeah,
Should have passed.
He's definitely got a very bad selfish streak about him, Noni, and I don't love it. I love it in the fact that you want to get a player like that scoring goals in those positions. Fair enough, but if you're not scoring, pass it.
Yeah.
Come on. So yeah, I'm worried about that as well.
Do you know what I'd have
I
done?
think there's
Do
a
you know what I'd have
situation that
done?
Neto plays
Do you know
over
what I'd have
him.
done?
Come.
I would have waited till last minute. I'd have flip-flapped the goalkeeper, dropped the shoulder, gone the other side round him. I'd have flicked it back up, turned my back, backwards header into the goal.
I love it. And if you do want to see that in the comments, please do let us know, because I will try and prove that on a football pitch very soon and get
We
Joey
can
there. We'll get some
replicate it.
cameras.
We can replicate
Yeah,
it. When
I've
am I
got a
coming to play
camera. I've got a
football?
camera that
When am I
plays
coming
it,
to play
that sits
football,
here.
you and your
Go on.
mates?
Yeah, go on.
When?
I'm playing this Thursday if you want to come on this Thursday.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, sorry,
No
I'm
can
away.
do.
Yeah.
No
blah,
can
blah,
do.
blah,
Your boy's in Paphos.
Yeah.
Paphos.
He
What a
says
change.
this every time, by the way. Like when I say, "Oh, I'm actually just playing this week," and he just goes, "Oh, actually, sorry, I'm really busy."
Yeah.
What about next week? Oh shit, yeah, sorry, I can't do
I've
it.
been on a lot of holidays this year. You know, some people still go to me. So what do you do? Like they come over, they ask me about YouTube, and they go, "So what do you actually do then?"
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Just really go on holiday. Chat
no,
shit.
no. Like I think people outside of YouTube don't realise that like that is what you do. Do you know what I mean? People are like, so what do you do then? Like when you're not doing YouTube, as in like I'm like, yeah, I just work at B&Q. Do you know what I mean? It's like big up to B&Q, by the way.
Good
Nothing
place
wrong
to
with
work.
it.
Yeah, good place to
I'm
work.
just saying.
B&Q. I like the aprons.
I'm just saying, I'm a high flyer, okay? Right back.
How have we got onto this? I'm going to go Josh Achampong for this one.
I love a Changpong.
I fucking love this lad. I've been looking forward to seeing him play. We saw him play in pre-season. He looked fantastic. Enzo Maresca looked like he really fancied him.
Yep.
On and off the pitch. But we haven't seen him play at all, have we? He hasn't been around the squad at all.
No, but he
hasn't even been on the team
He
sheet.
looked half decent in pre-season, and obviously, look, you guys can see the entire screen, the entire team on screen now. We are going to go through a few individual positions, but what I would say is there's always got to be that balance and that mix, hasn't there? Because as much as, for example, we know we've got quality in there, and you can see it on screen now, we have got some tremendous quality on the pitch. You need the blend. You need the mix, because
Yeah.
you might get a Changpong who's probably not far off the same age as, let's say, for example, a Melo Gusto, but in footballing age, they're very different because the amount of first team experience they've had. Now, if a Changpong went out on loan right now, I think we would, yes, definitely be hoping that he would go to a championship side on
Upper
loan,
championship team,
maybe
yeah.
maybe an upper championship team. But what I'm saying is Barrow, on their day when they turn up at Stamford Bridge in one of the biggest matches probably in the club's history, are going to be bang up for it. So I do think that we need to make sure that we don't go trigger happy with the youth players too much in this team. So let's talk through the rest of your back line, because there will be eyebrows raised at some of these. There are some underperformers in this back line.
You have to say, right, you've just been talking about quality up and down the pitch. This is the area that I'm most worried about. I think our backup in centre-back is a concern. Look at Disasi, the way he played it at right back, obviously playing out of position, but he looks so poor recently. And then Badiashile, honestly, I have no idea what is gonna happen when he plays. He could come up and have an unbelievable performance like he did when he first started off with us, or he could have one of those most recent performances where he just completely lets us down. So I just think you've got to play these guys, because if you don't, first of all, how the hell are you ever going to sell them? Because ultimately, I think we're looking at Disasi and Badiashile now and looking at saying they're potentially expendable. But also, like, there just needs a bit of game time.
Do you know the worry for me with Badiashile, and this is the thing that concerns me and really baffles me a lot of the time, right, is the fact that with Axel Disasi, it was always hit and miss.
Yeah.
There was never a run of form where for 4 or 5 matches Axel Disasi was brilliant.
I think some people might say that's harsh, bearing in mind he played almost every single game last season. And yeah, we weren't the best defensively, but he still was on the pitch playing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think you're missing my point there. I didn't say there wasn't a run of games for him.
Yeah.
I'm saying there wasn't a run of good games for him.
Yeah, I think it's harsh.
Is it harsh? Can you honestly, and I know off the top of your head it's going to be hard to do this, but can you honestly say to me, yeah, okay, there was 4 games in a row that Axel Disasi in every single game got an above average rating? Because I would say that you could maybe go 2 games in a row, then you'd go below, then you'd go a howler at a game, then you'd go maybe 2 good games. And my point I'm trying to make here is the reason why I find it harder to come to terms with the dip in form of Benoit Badiashile as opposed to Axel Disasi is Benoit Badiashile showed, I'd say, 95% consistency when he came in. When he came in, and obviously a massive factor, elephant in the room that we're ignoring now, is
Thiago Silva.
Thiago Silva.
Yeah, the partner really helped him.
There you go.
Did Disasi play a lot with Thiago Silva? I don't know if he did. He probably did, actually, bearing in mind the amount of games that he played. Yeah. Thiago Silva was on that left-hand side, wasn't he? So, yeah, maybe they did. I think there are elements of last season in which I think you look back and you say Disasi played okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he was an unbelievable player.
He had a great game away at the Etihad against Manchester City. He had a great game away at Villa Park, and the centre-back pairing on that day at Villa Park was Axel Disasi and Benoit Badiashile. Now, me and you went to pretty much every cup game we played last season, didn't we?
Yeah.
We didn't go to the final against Liverpool. But other than that, we went to pretty much every cup game that we played last season. And defensively in the cup, I always thought we looked half decent, you know. So even that game where we smashed Brighton, I thought we looked half decent. So either way, all good. Left back, we are going to go with Viega.
I've been told, by the way, it's Vega. And I've been on my video that I did, I had probably 15 to 20 comments saying that I pronounced it wrong.
Yeah, but do you know what? You know when I'm out in America, like when I boxed in Nashville, they all add an S to the end of my name.
Yeah.
So when I'm out in the crowd, they go, Joey Knights, man. Hey, Joey Knights.
Maybe you should change it. That actually sounds better.
No, but what I'm saying is, you got all it does sound pretty good. You got all these people in your comments going, it's fit. Listen, I don't get annoyed when people call me Joey Knights.
No,
okay?
No.
So,
and Viega sounds good.
Viega is good. So he is going to be the man that is tasked with inverting in this game.
He loves an inversion.
However, I wouldn't necessarily say, depending on the run of play and how the game's going, I wouldn't necessarily say we would definitely invert in this game.
Yeah.
And if we do, it may be to a lesser extent than we see against other teams, because without jumping the gun, and I really don't want to jinx this should be a more comfortable game for us.
I think you've just jinxed it, so thanks very much for doing that now.
That's right,
3-1 loss incoming. The fact that we signed this guy for about 12p tells you everything you need to know.
There you go.
Like, let's get him in the team. Mate, honestly, I think the cameo that he had where he was in centre mid is harsh against him. You know, first game in the Premier League, still is brilliant. I'm excited to see him at left back, and I think he's going to be great. I think this guy could be a starting level centre back, a starting level left back, and a starting level DM within the next couple of years.
Now, I know that we obviously did have injury problems towards the back end of last season with Enzo Fernandez. He had his hernia problem. He was having to come out and have treatment for it. Yeah. But what I would say is Enzo Fernandez, apart from that, has shown a lot of consistency and the ability to be able to rest, recoup and go again every couple of days. So I do think that Enzo Fernandez is going to be important to have in the middle there. And next to him, we had to have a little debate over this, and I'm going to let you give your case because I felt that maybe it was a little bit too soon, but you are sticking one of my personal favourites in there in Romeo Lavia, aren't you?
I thought you were going to say Dewsbury Hall then at the end of that. No, I think like obviously we're worried about Lavia, but I think if he's fit enough to be training, which he seemingly has been for a week or so, I think we can stick him in. So I'd like to see him, yeah.
And as well in this match, he should be all right.
And also, we can play him for 45 minutes and take him off.
Well, this is the thing. Like, people don't realise, and there will be heavy substitutions in this match. This ain't going to be a 3-sub match. This is going to be 5-6 subs or something like that. And people always say, oh, maybe give him 30 minutes at the end. Why not give him the 45 at the beginning?
Start, yeah.
Like, I actually think that a game will often start less fiery as it goes on when, you know, the stakes are higher and the need for a goal becomes even greater. So I would definitely have Romeo Lavia in there, man. Now, let's look at the front three, because there are 4, but we are going to debate on the left wing position at the end. So why don't you run me through it, mate?
Yep, let's see Neto, because obviously we've seen Noni on the right-hand side quite a lot. I want to see Neto and how he performs on that side, because he's mainly been playing off the left. So I'd like to see him there. Felix, I think, is the natural replacement for Cole Palmer in the number 10. So I think really we want to see him play.
I think he does. I don't want to say needs it, but he could do with a rest, Cole Palmer, couldn't he?
Yeah, but also, like, more than a rest for Cole Palmer, I think Felix needs some game time.
Yeah.
Like, he looked so good when he came on against Wolves, but then since then hasn't really had enough time to really make a difference on the pitch, has he, really, if you look at the minutes? I don't think it's fair. So I want to see him start this game. I'd quite like to see him play 90 minutes. I'd like to see him get a few goals.
Do you have a concern about Nkunku through the middle in terms of the number 9? Because I'm going to be honest and put it out there. By the way, don't come for me. I think that Nkunku is a brilliant player. I think he's exquisite. I really, really do rate the boy. However, I don't think he's great as a number 9. I think that Nicholas Jackson is actually miles ahead of him as a number 9. I would make a case that there's not all that much between João Felix and Nkunku as a number 9. Now, we have heard Enzo Maresca come out and he states his 2 players for each position.
Yes,
and
which was very interesting.
And he put João Felix in the 10 position.
Yep.
He put Nkunku in the number 9 position. He then said, well, Nkunku does kind of like to play in that 10, but in terms of having to fit in, he's going to need to fit in. Now, the first thing that said to me is that maybe Nkunku isn't one of Enzo Maresca's highest priority players. I could be reading into that too much. But, you know, when you talk about the rotation there. However, what I would say is with this lineup, and we are going to stick with the lineup on screen, but do you not think there's a case that it makes more sense to have João Felix in the 9 and Nkunku in the 10?
Do you know what is so interesting about this is it reveals what happened in the transfer window. So obviously we were talking to Samu, who was the Atletico player, the number 9, who's then gone to Porto. By the way, looks really good.
How's he doing?
He scored a goal. He looks really strong. I think he looks really good.
Okay, by the way, sorry to interrupt you here, but can we're talking about players we were in for, and I asked how they were doing.
Who are we talking about?
Told me, right? You told me, you went, nah, Joe, you're just going over the top. You just watched a couple of highlights on him and whatever, and it's the same as everyone. Are you
going to talk about John Duran?
I'm going to talk about John Duran.
Yeah, right. Have your moment. You've deserved this.
Now listen.
Have your moment.
Listen,
Come on.
right? I am not denying at all that Josh is the knowledge, yeah? I'm just a good look, really. Josh is the knowledge of the podcast, yeah? Mate, if I started reading out the predictions and the things that Josh has got right, we would be here all night.
Let's talk about the back 4 and Fofana at right back. That's the latest one. That's the latest one.
No.
Let's talk about John Duran.
You're treating me like Phoebe Buffet here. You're trying to steal my thunder. Okay, okay? You're trying to steal my thunder.
Yeah.
What did I say about John Duran?
You said this guy was immense. You
I
said the
said he was
technique was
immense.
serious. Yeah.
I
He
said-
looks so good. We should have bought him, shouldn't we?
The minutes.
Why didn't we buy him?
The minutes to goals
I know.
ratio
know.
is phenomenal.
Why didn't we buy him?
Mate,
Like, what happened there? Because we
they've
were
got-
very close. So the Maatsen deal happened.
Yeah.
John Duran was super, super close. What happened? Because I feel like
he
we almost
wanted
went.
to come. He wanted to come.
I feel like it was almost like a medical thing then, because something happened.
But you know what the problem is?
Go on.
We were being linked with him for what, 40 million or something?
Yeah, but that's not too bad, is it?
What, you think we're going to go in January and get him for 40 million?
Yeah, we're not going to get him for 40 million.
You think
now.
in the summer we're going to get
We're
him
not
for
going
40
to get him
million?
for 40 million now. That ship sailed.
He's-
Also, Villa don't
he's-
need the money anymore.
Mate, we're 4 weeks
Yeah.
into the season,
Yeah.
and this is crazy. This isn't what I'm saying. I'm saying it, but this isn't my opinion, and this isn't what I think is fair. But we're 4 weeks into the season, 5 weeks into the season, mate. Villa are going to want 70 million for him.
Yeah.
And
we're not going in again.
They've got an Ollie Watkins shaped headache at the moment.
Yeah.
Because Ollie Watkins, it always surprises you. He's not young, is he?
How old is he?
28,
I think
29?
he might, be 27, 28. Yeah, I think you're right.
There you
I think you're
go.
Right. Yeah, he's no spring chicken.
washed up,
but
really.
no, he's not washed up. Well, Ollie Watkins has 3 or 4 years at the top level.
He's a great player.
He
He's
is
a
so
great
good.
player.
Yeah.
He's a great
So yeah,
player.
we messed up there. But yeah, we were talking about Samu. I think we could have signed Samu, and I think Samu would have been the backup to Jackson. But the way that it's gone has meant that Nkunku is now the backup, and Yao Felix is the number 10.
There you
It's
go.
just the way the squad building is fucked up because ultimately Nkunku wants to be playing in that position.
And that then moves us on to the left wing. Okay?
Come on,
I know what you want.
my boy, my man, my
Yep.
poster,
Yep.
my wall.
I know what you want.
Yeah,
Emotionally,
yeah, physically,
yeah, definitely.
spiritually,
yeah,
All of the above,
romantically.
romantically, yeah.
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 Okay.
What a man.
And that is Mikhailo Mudryk.
You've got to play him eventually, Joey.
They don't.
You literally do have to play him eventually.
They don't.
Enzo Maresca said that he is the backup left back, a left winger, sorry, I should say. He might be playing left back at this rate.
Yeah. Left back in the fucking change rooms.
Yeah, exactly. So if he's the backup left winger, why is he not playing in a Carabao Cup game?
Because he's not the backup left winger.
Who is?
Pedro Neto.
No, Pedro Neto is the backup right winger. We've talked about this. Enzo's done it.
So hold on, why can't Jadon Sancho play?
Jadon Sancho is the starter on Saturday.
Yeah.
So we don't need him starting a game against League 2 Barrow, do we?
He's getting up to scratch. He came off
No.
after 54 minutes or something like that against West Ham. I think he could start this match against Barrow, get another little assist, probably get a goal.
Yeah, but then do you want to risk it? What if he gets, an injury again? What if he aggravates the same injury in this game? A game that doesn't matter.
Yeah. What about if Mudryk comes on, does fuck all?
What if Mudryk comes on and scores a hat-trick and then...
What's more likely to happen? What's more likely to happen, yeah?
I think the hat-trick...
No. What is more likely to happen? Jadon Sancho to get injured or Mudryk to have a good game?
Mudryk to have a good game.
Bullshit. Right. So you're saying no to Jadon Sancho.
Sancho should not be anywhere near this team.
Are you saying no to Jadon Sancho?
Yes.
Okay. I'm saying no to Mikhailo Mudryk.
So who are we going to put in then?
Well, it's obvious, isn't it?
It is obvious.
Should we do it on 3?
Yeah, 1, 2,
2, 3. Tyreek George. Yes! Let's get him in there. I fucking love that
I
boy
do
in
too.
pre-season.
I do too.
I
He
think
is
he's
our version
brilliant.
of Saka, isn't
And then
he?
I think when you look at that front line
Yeah.
and the midfield itself, I think there's enough experience in there.
Yeah.
I really do think there's enough experience in there to be able to see us through. So that is our starting 11. Can we give some score? Are you at the game tomorrow?
I'm not at the game, no, but I'll
I'm
be
at the
watching from home.
I'm at the game. I'm
Yeah.
going there with my old man.
Yeah.
We're going on the old hospitality tickets.
Spoke.
Oh yes. Too big time for the Mafia Island lover now.
I mean, you're too big time for the chicken balti pies now. You're probably going to be having a prawn sandwich
I'll
up there.
never be too big. Mate, do you know how much I've been eating since my fight?
How much? What's been your favourite thing that you've ate since the fight?
Minge mostly. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking.
All right, Jay.
Yeah. I went caravan club. Favourite thing that I've been eating since my fight would probably be Thai green curry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't go for anything dirty. Tiger and curry is fairly healthy.
It's not even that bad.
Yeah.
I've always said to you, I don't even eat that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even eat that bad.
I had a Chipotle the other day, which was fantastic.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
Fancy getting
Highly
some food
recommend.
after this?
Yeah, well, why not? Yeah.
Let's get some. Right, people, thank you very much for sticking around to the end of another video. I've just forgot we haven't done a score prediction. I'm going to go with it, boys. I'm going 5-0 in this one. What are you saying, Aveste?
I'm going to go 7.
You're not.
I'm going to go 7-0.
7-0?
I honestly do think we'll batter them.
I tell you what. Do you know what? If we win 7-0, I'm going to make this promise to the camera now. If we win 7-0, I will get a 7 tattooed on my arm.
Can you show me where?
Just
if we win 7-0, you have to go like and subscribe on your wrist.
By the way,
show it every time.
By the way, people, I'm posting again off the boxing channel now. So if you're into your boxing, head over there. Make sure you head over to Squawker and start using Squawker. The best thing about it, Josh, how much it costs? You'd imagine it costs quite a bit.
Fuck all.
It costs fuck all. Yeah? You don't get better brand management than that. People, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Score predictions, starting lineups, all the good shit. Subscribe to Josh's channel. It's linked in the description. I will see you all in the next one.